Welcome to Kranky Live Sports Talk, where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Kranky, and this is the Kranky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Kranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out? Subscribe now to the Kranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Kranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Buenos noches, everybody. Can you guys hear me out in YouTube land?
Too
Good
many
night.
emails. Don't know.
I have none of the feedback here. Tell me if you can hear me. I see some people in the chat. Ernest, Float, Tripoli, Nitro. Good night. How you doing? Bless up, everybody. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Good night. I apologize for moving the show back. I had an unexpected visitor. Got a call, so I had to entertain. So I couldn't start at the time initially allotted at 7:00. So, but thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. And we have a bit to talk about. As you can see here, I didn't have anything in my thumbnail apart from my pregame show. You guys are gonna help me narrow down the categories. I have too many categories, I think, for this pregame show. But as you know, as usual, I'm gonna talk about a few more things than just talk about my pregame show. So I'll touch on a few things and then we can jump into it. But thanks for joining. Always appreciate you guys being here and sharing an evening with me. 8:00 is a little bit late for me normally when I come in. And I'm going to try to come in earlier, but no better time than the present. So thanks for being here. We'll do some EPL because I'm cranky about some things about my club. So we're going to do some EPL a little bit. But before I jump into the EPL, let me just say a couple of things. One is that I was listening to a program and they said that, before I jump into that program, I said that Trump is held to a different standard. And I vehemently disagree with that. I don't think he's held to a different standard. I don't think he's held to any standard. Because I don't know what different standard means. He's not held to any, he does what he wants to do. And right now, he's in a position where everybody and their mom is coming to him for him to acknowledge them and to praise him and to exalt him and tell him that he's the best thing to slice bread. And he's threatening A, B, and C. So everybody's running scared. Because in his first time around, people weren't that scared of him. They criticized him. They banned him from Facebook. He had some issue with Twitter. None of it this time around. He is the chosen one. Bless up, Conrad. Yeah, he's the chosen one, and he's acting like it. So it's going to be really interesting to see when he takes over the reins in January, what he does. He's already threatening Hamas about the need to let go of the hostages or they won't like what's coming. I don't know what can be worse. You kill the Hamas leader, you're starving the people, you kill a bunch of them, 40,000 and counting. Can it be really worse? We can kill all of them? Is that what's worse? I mean, Jesus Lord, how does that work? Bless up, Dennis. Hey, Dennis, if you call me, Dennis. What I do, Dennis? It's supposed to link me, Anyway, I want to go to Jamaica probably next year. But I've been warning people. I'm from multiple sources now. Kranky, if you stop about certain things, it's a key angle to Jamaica. So maybe I'll take them off my agenda. I'm getting this warning. People. Hey, people, I thought Jamaica was a democracy. I thought Jamaica was a democracy where you're free to express your perspective on any topic that there is. You know how much warning me I get? Warnings like nothing, people. And all I'm doing is presenting facts to them. I did not call out nobody about nothing. I just present some stuff and allow people to draw their own conclusion. But I get so much warning, but I tell you. So I can't go by Jamaica. If I go to England, me use my English passport. I renew it yet. I'm putting a Jamaica one. Conrad, no, New York still is not gonna get rid of the charges he has or the money he owes to the lady supposedly sexual assaulted. I'm not saying supposedly. When I get sued, like how ABC gets sued. I think George Stephanopoulos, basically said he was prosecuted for rape, which wasn't exactly the case, and ABC has to pay him $15 million. So yeah, interesting. Real Ball said, Demons lost their way, went too far left, totally woke. Nah, Real Ball, you have it wrong. Sorry. Don't agree with you, Real Baller. I think people, first of all, Trump won with less than 50% of the vote. Trump won by about 1.5%. You guys don't be fooled by this whole concept of the Electoral College and the swing states. Don't get it twisted. Yes, he had 300 plus and she had 200. Look at the numbers. Yeah, Biden won by about 10 million. You have to win by enough to beat the Republicans because they control the South. The Electoral College, which is nonsense. If it was Jamaica, he probably would have barely won if he'd win at all. If you look at some of the people who took away some of the votes, it was probably about a million something, he won by 1.5%. People talking about XYZ, inflation, immigration, and DEI, I'm going to call it DEI, were the main things that caused the election for the Democrats. And people tell you anything different. And the view that they think he would do a better job than Kamala because inflation is up. Inflation is inflation. People say she was a poor candidate. No, after the fuck is always good enough. Yeah, I know, and I see in Jamaica people getting killed through social media, so it's not a good thing. People, I'm going to do a program actually. I've actually gone through most of it. Nigel said it was never close. No, because here's the thing, Nigel, we don't understand. Most of the industrialized worlds, the incumbent, because of COVID, had problems. Because COVID may be over, but the implications and economic implications of COVID are not over, right? So look at England, where Tory got destroyed. Look at Germany, what they call new election. Look at France, where Prime Minister resigned. You go to any big industrialized countries. And because of inflation, people are struggling. And then you have the whole issue of immigration, which is also the Western world. And then you also have the issue in the US of the concept of DEI, which is Caucasian males feel they're being disadvantaged. And those of you talking about this woke thing, a lot of people don't understand what the woke thing entails. It's one group saying one thing a certain way. Caucasian males in the corporate environment believe they've been disadvantaged for other persuasions, and therefore they're not happy about it. So let's not get it twisted. But anyway, it is what it is. She ain't going to be president. He's going to be president. He's probably president until he dies because he ain't leaving after 4 years. You'll find a way you don't have 2/3 majority, so it's really hard to change the constitution. But you never know. They're trying to figure something out. I know BM. I've been warned numerous times, but I don't like I'm beating broke at anybody. BM, I'm not beating nobody. But people are warning me already. People are warning me about the people in Jamaica. But I'm going to do a program on Jamaica versus Singapore people. I've been doing some research on this. It's a really interesting analogy and comparison to do. Both got, I think the difference in the time of independence was 3 years between 65 and 62 when both got independence. If you want to see a contrast, that's a contrast, people. Amazing contrast as the direction of travel. And I think that's important. So I do think that at some point, as a people, we need to wake up and do better. I'm not sure it's going to be possible. That's just people just give up and live their lives as individuals and worry about the collective. Bless up Owen. But at some point, Black people got to do better. I mean, if you look at which Black country is doing really well, I can't name one that's doing excellent, really, really well. I can name a number of Asian countries, a number of Caucasian countries. I can't name one country. I don't tell me about Barbados, guys. Then I'm talking about significant countries. I'm about doing two people in population. But no, Tripoli, that the comparison is amazing. People don't do no research, so we can't talk about it. Bless up Ted Dexter. It's that comparison. It's amazing. Hey, I even did my image of it already. I was trying to time it. People, let me just say this because I'm getting a little bit frustrated. So I'm not doing most of the big topic here because I hate to say this, people, but I may have to I'm gonna get myself in trouble, you know. I'm always getting myself in trouble for some reason. I may have to trade in my Jamaica support because you guys are not subscribing to some of my channel, to my Balanced View channel. And I have some meaty topics we want to talk about, you know, interesting topics, you know. But I say me now get them views then. Now get them views then. So I may have to go to the larger population of people if I'm not getting the support from my Jamaican community. I'm trying to find something here and I can't find it. I have to go to a larger population of people because me not get the support. And these topics I'm going to do, some of these topics are the Jamaica-Singapore is mainly a Jamaica comparison with Singapore, but there are other topics which I want to touch on, which are not unique to any one given country. And I may just stop doing Jamaica topics. And people start telling me something, be careful. I pray that I get, you know. You know, as people tell me that about this weekend start, I mean, I say, but me not do nothing. I do nothing to be careful about. Man say, star, we are warning, or you know, listen. I say, but me not, just repeat the facts. And I like to repeat facts. I'm gonna say, but if people in life not say nothing, then nothing not gonna change, people. Nothing not gonna change. If you in a life you not say nothing about nothing, then you just part of the problem, you're not part of the solution. Aren't you part of the problem? You are not part of the solution. So I'm gonna drop people, I dropped it. I don't see this about 4 times, but just click on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, people, please subscribe to the Balanced View channel. I see about 4 channels, I think. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the Balanced View channel. I would truly, truly appreciate it. I do want to get it to 1,000 subscribers. Me get the views them after me get on it, because me no say those views will come because they're juicy, meaty, substantive topics which people want to talk about. Business said, big up Kranky at 1. Singapore model was Jamaica. Singapore model was never really Jamaica. You may draw some analogy between population demographics, where they were when they get independence 65 versus Jamaica 62, but they were never truly Jamaica. Bless up, Jason Guna. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining too, Pristine. I don't think they were ever really. The analogy works because their population was about 1.9 million, and Jamaica was 1.6 independence. So comparatively, in terms of people, their land mass is much smaller than Jamaica, if you can believe that. But no, it's going to be a good topic, people. Really good topic to go through and do the analogy. You're going to look at it and says, what are we doing? And there's one theme I picked out of it, actually. So, and I could do that at any point in time, but I'm delaying doing it. So sometimes I'm delayed doing it may become stale eventually because I ain't doing them until I get to a certain level. Here's another thing I want to mention, actually. The Wisconsin killing. Just another day in America. Teacher get killed. This is a female this time who did a shooting. Teacher get killed, student get killed. Just another day. Nothing new, because Congress ain't changing no gun laws. Here's what I'm frustrated about, people, which makes no sense to me. So you say you have gun laws and it's based on your constitution, blah, blah, blah. But we're not in the 18th century anymore. No, nobody needs to protect them house with gun 24/7. You know, time have moved on. Bless our presser. Time have moved on, people. Hey, presser. The award show is not tonight. The pre-show is tonight. We're gonna come up with I'm gonna show you all the categories. I want you guys to drop names of individuals that should make it the 4, and then we can go to it. Right? We'll get to it tonight. It's a decent size show. It's a decent. We're not rushing. They have pre-award show yet. We have time. Even though it's probably the longest award show ever it's gonna be, because I may have to break it up to 2 nights. And I'm not going to have the show till Saturday because we have to sort the list. I really don't want to drop any category. We have to sort the list. But let me go back to the gun thing. Because the problem with the gun thing, people. If the gun thing was isolated to America, it wouldn't be okay. But you say, you know what? You create the problem, fix your own problem. The problem with the gun thing is killing the region. South America, Latin America, the Caribbean is killing the region. The closer you are to America, the more dangerous it is for you. Look at Jamaica did it. What's going on for Jamaica did? Or 40-something guns or 60-something guns? And find out how much barrel of guns. We're not talking about no look 45, no 2, we talk about machine guns, we talk about all sort of thing. Tech 9, all sort of gun, we just the whole intent is to kill people. Import gun for go shoot deer, You import gun for shoot people like them at deer. How can that be okay? So the US is culpable when it comes to this and not doing anything about it. Because all the people down south, some of them who have no sense, I talk about, it's a constitution, my right to bear arms. Really? Scotland had one mass murder in the 90s, them cut off the gun supply, them done new thing, they have no mass murder since then. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. No, man, the watch show is Saturday now. Weekend now. We have no people. We had to do watch up. We don't set time apart, no people. 8 o'clock Saturday, we do the watch show. Today is a preview show. We have to do more than one preview show because we have enough category to go through and we not rush it. So it's going to be a fun discussion to go through that watch show. Enough categories, people. But I just find it interesting that people, everybody get excited. Oh, we have another killing. Oh, this is so sad. No, you ain't that sad. You guys ain't changing the laws. How sad can it be? Can't be that sad. It's ridiculous. All right, so here's my top 5 to the people. My top 5 to the top 5. We do the top 5, then we jump into the pregame show. No, then we do EPL and then we do pregame. Here's my top 5 people. Here's a different top 5 because my top 5 is not situated in one place. Well, don't say the top of my head and then we can go into the real answer. Top 5 academic high schools in Jamaica. Not throughout history. So more recent times. So top 5 academic high schools in Jamaica, which to me is the most important thing. Much more important than top 5 athletic schools or sports schools. So to tell me the top 5 academic schools. In fact, 2 of these schools, 3 of these schools are always up there actually. Except for 2024. Some of these schools just interchange. And don't put no only one sports school we can see name. And then I think top 5. Top 5 academic school, which is most important. Patrick Friday said the laws in Jamaica need to be changed because of capital punishment. People, we are confusing. Let me say something, people. So I think when I hear people talk about fighting crime with police, that's a joke. We should not talk about fighting crime with police or fighting crime with law enforcement. That's like with soldiers. That's a joke. That's not how you fight crime. Yes, Jason, the great Jason, was it go campaign now? People don't give me 5, no man, start give me 1. Jason not focus on in next school. Give me 5, man, give me 5. And you guys should know it's off the top of your head. You know the top high school in sports are. You should know this. You should know it's off the top of your head, people. Top 5 high schools. This should be a breeze. This should just jump off the page for you. Should not be that difficult at all. I need 5 people. Come. 5. 5 people. 5. Give me 5. It can't be that difficult. Men know about 3 or 4 at the top of my head right away. Without him think I'm gonna do Jamaica feet. I left Jamaica a long time ago. Catherine Champion. No, we're not people. We don't say school challenge. No, we say top 5 high school academically. And the way you judge that actually is those who get, say, for example, the schools that produce, so this is the concept they use, say more than 5 CSEC, right? That's one of the main criteria actually. Because it's all about outcomes. It's about outcome. It's about outcome, people. Outcome. Come on, give me top 5 school, man. Nobody no put on. I mean, I see 5 put on yet. Peer 1, man, I get Westwood, Catherine, Belair, Campion. Appear. No, give me 5, no, man. I don't care. Think about the 5. The 5 can't even come to, no. That's, I believe me say the 5 top sports school. Jump on C-Bar, KC, CC. I'm going to say top 5 high school, not struggle. You see me talk about people? It's a perfect example, Perfect example. Me ask for the top 5 high school and academics, I don't can't tell me. But if me ask them for sports, they can't tell me. People, me a beat, Who don't have no priorities wrong. No priorities wrong. See, Nitro come there like a big Dan, Campion Immaculate St. Andrew Arden Wilmer's boys. Not a bad list, actually. Not a bad list. Not a bad list. Not a bad list. Not a bad list, people. But me I beat people. Me I beat the audience. Because enough senior people have in my audience, you know. And enough junior people enough. Because we can't tell when the audience, you know, senior people. Me actually the top 5 academic high school, I know I struggle big time. I mean, know 4 at the top of my head. Not the 5 change year after year, you know. It changed. I said for 2024. It changed year after year. If it's 23 and 24, they're not far apart though. So if you come in at the top 10 and you pick 5, we give you credit. But most of the time, the top 10 just rotate. You have mid movement, you have some 8 times, you have position movement and 7, but it's not the norm. It's not the norm. And I mentioned on Calabar. And I mentioned certain schools. I mentioned KC either. You know, KC in the top 30. And this is how much, Mr. Mesa. You have to listen. It's 100 school. 100. They don't have too much high school at Jamaica. 161 high school. Have too much high school. Only Ricardo give me 5 already, you know, people. This is people they embarrass me. You know, I mean, I have to tell you, my audience are very informed audience, you know, people. They know these things. Yes, majority in, well, racial-wise, I probably wouldn't say that, but yeah. Racial-wise, yes, but I wouldn't go this time with the majority in Kingston. But racial-wise, yes, they are. I'm saying not racial-wise, in total number, yes. Me now move on to the thing, now. So me see this. Arden, Belair, Elil, Heidel, Denby. Why not tell you? First of all, let me just tell you something, people. And this is no joke. It's nothing about academics in Jamaica. I'm not talking about high school. This is serious now. It's a non-joke thing. The man, them not ready. Let me say that again. The man, them not ready. That's why I say a UE. If you look at the cast, them a UE. Them full of a woman. So no struggle because no my man, I think they're not ready. I know it's online. And multiple years. That's my accent. No can't tell me. I'm supposed to know it off the top of my head. Because you never go up online to sports school. I know it's online. So I know so I look it up. But I don't want to look at it. I want enough to think fear. I want to top of my head. I was trying to prove a point by bringing this up, you know. You me talk about the other day, sports and entertainment versus academics. That's my point, right? So if you look at the top 5 high schools, you look at it. Immaculate, Campion, St. Hilda's, Hampton, and Mount Alverna. And Woolmer's Girl in the top 6. You know what of them there? Immaculate, St. Hilda's, Hampton, Mount Alverna, Woolmer's Girl. The man them not ready, people. The man them not ready. That's a 5 out of 7, you know. A 5 out of 6 people. A joke thing that in the people. It's a joke thing that in the people. So the woman them for do. Lower them standards, people. And then I like that question. Comment now, you know. So the woman I want a doctor. You want to go married to somebody who do something equivalent to work. So we live life, you know. You don't like it, you know. That's a lifestyle, you know. If you're athlete, you want to marry somebody famous like you. If you're a doctor, you want to marry a doctor. If you're a accountant, you want to marry an accountant. Right? Because as a society still, we don't like it or not. So the woman them for do. So the woman I run the house now because she make most of the money. And they don't know how to run things, they don't run no house, they don't run no house. I don't understand people. Rotted. The man, when I used to go to school, you know, and the man them run things, you know. And the man them at the top of the class, and the man them go college, and the man them nowadays, people, look on the high school thing, and the woman them run things. Top 10, Andrews for girls, Woolmer's, Mount Alverna, Hampton, Immaculate, and Campion are probably half people. We're not trouble as our people, you know. I keep telling them, the man them not trouble. And then of course the woman about them standard too high. If you standard low, the man them standard low, the woman them standard too high. Here's another thing I want to point out the high school thing. So if you look at the list, here's where the Minister of Education is falling down. So I can't go back to Jamaica and beat me. We have a high school here, we won't call it high school, we have 0% of people get more than 5 subjects. We have 1.8, we have 1.9. Them high school have to close down. Those high school, they either change or they close down, people. You're being unfair to the kids. In those high schools, you're being unfair to the kids. Close them down, repopulate the kids someplace else, give them a chance. When you're in an environment where people like you are being successful, you aspire to be successful. If you're in an environment where people are not doing well, where your motivation, where you push. Because the parents have not do a good job. A lot of parents have not do a good job. No, come say Kranky said, well, all the parents have not do a good job making no car. Kranky, they give me everything. Some parents, I know this personally, some parents are not doing a good job. Not. Lord. In my time, the man them run things, Claudine. Okay, where you want to say, Claudine. And in your time too, you know this. Things have changed. It has changed dramatically. Man them now run nothing. Because when you think about the people who get the best job, the woman them run things. Man them now run nothing, people. Them now go school. I don't know what they want to do. Because these numbers are startling. Because now the people want to do best in the people, and they go to matriculate to higher education now. And they run the organization them now. So them people, if they're president or something, we want them to go with. We don't want to denigrate no profession, but that's a lifestyle. You want people who supposedly have equal yoke, they say. Anyway, we not spend too much time on that. I just said we're in trouble. And I started a program. I think I saw it on CVM on this program. Somebody, sociologist, was talking about this actually, in terms of, 80% of one class was women. I mean, I said to myself, I said, granted, if 80% are women, then I don't know. AI will help out. AI not help out enough. Because the man don't know if prepare, then can't program no AI. But AI will help. I think AI will save it. AI can't save it. People, let me tell you something. It's a problem, it's a chronic problem. When I did the comparison between Singapore and Jamaica, I'm not going right now. People don't watch a program. There are some themes that come out of the whole assessment where you just say, things need to change, people. All of us people, including all of you on the chat, we have to change things. They don't drop. Typically, we don't understand that. Even drop if we go from a song, we don't understand that no more. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't. Robots will take over. No, people still don't have a place. Yeah, AI will have a place, and people gonna have a place. Yeah, it's disappointing, people. It's disappointing. I know what the money do. I think everybody owns it. The parents owns it. First of all, the kids themselves own it. The parents own it. The education system owns it. The government owns it. The teachers own it, right? But they're part of the education system. They all are culpable in this case. People, when you used to go to school, when I went to school, teachers really care about you, and pressure you to do well. And talk to your mother and your father and give you a hard time. Those of who have mother and father. And even then, a lot of people are just mother thing. The man have to do better, man. The man is not on the response. Hey, people, I do a program for that, Enough program I do, enough thing me have enough. Enough thing me have to do. The old fathers not feel. Hey, all the man here are complaining have a man program, but woman fight them and woman this. Not ton of nonsense, man. Ton of nonsense. When I say woman, I get problem, in terms of certain things, And some women who have kids will use the kids against the fathers. But in general, the man have to do better. And the man have the problem. In general, if you put most of the blame, man have to do better start. Man them I'm gone from bad to worse to awful. But anyway, I'll go to me other thing tonight because I got a whole rabbit hole, this whole thing. Yeah, the parents own it, but some of the parents don't really care dead Dexter, so it don't matter if them. Yeah, the society have to own part of it, because when you see certain things with me, sister, and I tell you, you're amazed. You're amazed. Well, all the teachers run come America, can I get more money? All the teachers run come America. People, Jamaica's a problem, major problem. I don't know how we fix it. But some of these high schools I'm looking at now, people, think about it. Immaculate pass percentage of kids having more than five or more CSEC. I was a mess up that acronym there. Is 100%. Campion is 99.5%. Those are immaculate numbers. Pun on the word immaculate. 100% of the kids in your class that take the exam get more than 5 subjects. Right? They're not getting the grades in, but there are 12 schools who have over 90% on this. I'm gonna be a high school. Maybe a up there now. I'm gonna be a high 89.6%. Right. Well, even Wilmar's boys have 88%. So Wilmar's boys and girls up there. Wilmar's is always not a very good academic school. Now tell me about on KC and on JC. KC about 28. GSC at 34. People from Calabar didn't go to school coming and see them. I get beaten for that statement, Calabar 45. You got them both say Calabar, that number. Which number? Calabar is always behind Casey's. If Casey's 28, Calabar cannot be lower than 28. But anyway. How many percentage get than 5? Subject, subtract your friend won't get more than 5. No, there's one school where nobody got over 5. 0. There's 161. First of all, there are too many high schools in Jamaica. Too many. One school where you get 0.8%, 0.9%, maybe just one picnic. One school, 1.5. And those schools are concentrated in certain neighborhoods, which is not surprising. That need to change, people. You see the people who are done them neighborhood, they done them. They thought they done them. I'm none of done. Done enough to help the people them done. Kind of control certain neighborhood. Enough to help pressure them to make the schools them better. Everybody have to contribute to this. Yeah, low birth rate in Jamaica. That low birth rate is a global thing, people, among certain groups. Low birth rate. So if you look to most Western countries, the birth rate, some places that regress. South Korea, Japan, China struggle because they had a one kid policy, which is now killing them. Because you know what is important, people? Somebody have to support the old people them like me. Somebody have to pay now with Social Security. Somebody have to pay if we survive till we die. You hear me? So if you don't have kids, who go pay if you? Because the old people not produce nothing. Them want to retire up on the beach and them last days. So a lot of Western countries, Italy, a lot of Western countries, frankly. That's why I'm surprised some countries are complaining about immigration. Even in the US. But the birth rate in the US is low among certain demographics, like Caucasians, for example. That's why they're concerned, because they won't be majority by 2050. That's why the issue is a big deal. So Texas said, why the men not doing great? What have changed, Kranky, from time? Is it that dressmaker is demands of the girl? I don't even laugh. No, I think there's a combination of factors. I do think there's been a liberation of women across most of the globe. And this concept that male was dominant was a fallacy in the first place. Because no man no dominant thing. It was a fallacy. So now women are given the opportunity and they're showing they're as equal or even better than the men, right? That's what it's showing. So men have kept down women for years and years. Men have kept down women. Because it was mainly, who's the strongest? Only strong survive. Well, now it's showing that only those who are mentally capable of surviving are doing well. All right? Only those who are mentally capable are doing well. So if you're not doing, and so the men, I have to go beat them chest, man, and go up on the road and do them thing. Not time for school. And there's a lack of, Meadowbrook is 24, Claudine, which is very, very good, by the way. No, very good. I shouldn't say very, very. Arden is 19. Some people are saying Arden. Monroe is always very good, is 17. This is just 24 people. If you look at all the years, though, a lot of schools were at the top, stay at the top. There's very few change. They change, but they just interchange positions. Glenmuir, Westwood, St. Andrew's Girl, Covenant of Mercy Academy, that's Alpha, which is a case. St. Hughes and Alpha are KC sister schools. No, but it's sad. It's sad, people. Very sad. BM says there was a time when kids in certain neighborhoods had a time 10 school or they would get in. Yeah, that needs people. And there's also more distractions now than when I grew up, right? Because when we grew up, as Jason Gunnar would tell me, we never have TV, even though that's not true. Jason Gunnar had TV. But you had less distraction, right? You either go play sports physically or you do your schoolwork or your community will beat you. No, I'm thinking that not happen. People. Now, I think Glenmore is better than KC, actually. Glenmore has been historical. Glenmore is number 8 this year. Glenmore is historically very good. 1 year Glenmore, I think, was 4th. Glenmore is historically good. KC is always in between 30 and 20 and sometimes 15. They're never in the number 1. We have too much athletes. We have too much athletes to be in the top 10. People, here's another thing to look. Here's something now miss people. Is this tell me apart from Glenmuir? Big sports school in the top 10, Immaculate, Campion, St. Hilda's, Hampton, Mount Vernon, Woolmer, Westwood, Glenmuir. What's it? The Quartet? Or Decorette, what do we call it? People, I was making a point the other day, The sports thing is an opium for the black people. And we all love sports, an opium. It's like, and I think ganja. Because some people say ganja good, but no, I must smoke it. An opium, I like cocaine for the black people. People don't realize that. World is moving on, and the band sports, nah, yeah. None of the sports school them in the top 10 people. None. Not one of them. No KC, no Calabar, no, none of them in the top 10. On George used to be very good. George is at 16. George is always good. But no sports school in the top 10 people. If you have parents, you should be concerned about that. Sports, because most of them not turn on pro now. Jen said there's a lack of resources that makes this since the schools, sports schools are not also not high education. Yeah, but that need to change. But that's the parents. Where are the parents? People, we came to talk about Kranky pregame show and we digress, but these are important topics. No, but KC's in the top 13 now. So I'm gonna say it's two. When I went to KC, it was about the individual. You focus on academics, but they were actually it wasn't. I wouldn't agree with that actually, because the student body was almost different from the athletic people who do athletics actually. There are a number of athletes there, but if you think about track and field, everybody plays sport. Well, a lot of people play sports, but no, they focus on education at KC. They do, but I'm not sure it's the same level as you see with why is it that in the top 10 most of them are girls' school? There is no all boys school in the top 10. Is another thing too. There are no all boys school in the top 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all girls school in the top 10. People, a joke thing this, you know. We buy our spot. Well, Jason, you haven't been to KC. We don't buy nothing. Enough kids want to go to KC because of sports, actually. Even though they may be academically inclined. People. So Claudine, what do women know to Claudine? You have to go settle. You have to go, the doctor have to go date a plumber. Because she not no choice. Unless she want to have no man, she have to date a plumber. People, what do a program on that too, you know? We have some chronic situation we have to address. Not jump to the cranky thing now because we depend this long enough, but it's such an interesting topic that needs to be addressed. This is chronic people. The society, now say the government, because I think government itself is nothing for you. Government if you just make sure things work well for me in a certain era. This has to be a societal thing where the individuals and the education has to start in the school, which is the culture has to change, people. The culture has to change. And the government can influence the government can change the culture, you know. But it's very hard to do so in a democracy. Hey, have to change. Hey, people, one thing I've realized, you know, in doing some study, in some assessment, you know, it's easy to change things when your government is autocratic, you know, people. It's easy to change when you're autocratic, you know. In fact, you can be an excellent country. Well, excellent is a loose word. You can do very well as a country if the government is autocratic. Because you don't have no go back and forth and everybody wants for them voice to be heard. Right? And when I do the analogy with, I do the comparison with Singapore and Jamaica, you'll see that's part of that. Right? The two things that jumped out at me in that, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to get to it. And I'm going to come watch it afterwards. But anyway. All right, let me go to the should I do EPL people that go straight into the Kranky? I'm not telling you what to do, you know. Should I do EPL or should I jump straight into the Kranky preview thing? I ask you guys what you want to do. Even though I want to rant about Arsenal, but no Kranky what? Chris Romans. What do you say no Kranky about? Kranky, what do you think about Burke as a president? I haven't spent a lot of time about him. I know he's trying to do things a little bit differently. Try to kick out the West Time country. But I haven't spent a lot of time, I can't speak intelligently about it, because I haven't done a lot of research on it. But it's something I need to look into. I need to do a lot more around, like, I have to do less Jamaica, because so maybe why I don't get myself in trouble with Jamaica things. So I manage that. I don't want to do, I got to put and look behind me. Can't go here put and look behind me, people. And you know what the Jamaica thing I do? I thought they were very simplistic, you know, and innocent, you know. And you know much people over the weekend I say, my youth, watch yourself. I say, but I thought Jamaica was a democracy where you could speak freely. Apparently not. I'll go preview. All right, I'm going to go preview. No, not EPL. But you know, remember about Arteta first. I keep telling you people, those of you who are pushed back on me, like Brian Burke and the people, that Arteta cannot game manage with a paper bag. I know me hear enough people talk about that, enough people. You know what people hear talk about that the other day after we draw with Everton? After I done said he couldn't, people, I tell you guys to jot down what things I've been saying, because I think I can prognosticate the future really well. Because I think I know some things, actually, a few things, which is when I look at something, I can assess how it's supposed to work. Man can't game manage, man make changes and put in Jorginho for Rice. What a goal. Jorginho can't score a goal. He put a party at right back where I try if you have a midfielder, CDM, I can penetrate the second and third line of defense. Just go now. You're Ateta fan. You're calling out. People, vision a group and tree now. You're calling out. Vision a group and tree, people. In a group and tree. Hard for them vision there. Man can't game manage with a paperback. Man can't game manage. He's awful game manager. You know about him? Him awful. And the more him game manager, the more I laugh. The man try to get a goal against Everton. They're not passing half line. And the man have like for like changes. Like for like. Odegaard, anyone there for Odegaard? I have to complain people. Me feel better. Odegaard, anyone there for Odegaard? Partey for Lewis Kelly, and then put Timber left back, and then put Jorginho on. You can't make that up. That's the most clueless set of decisions in the history of mankind, people. And that's normal for him. I was reading an article saying why Sterling not playing. Says Sterling, it's not a strategic thing. It's not a tactical thing. It's his job to get him in. He hasn't gotten him in. What the? Yeah, almost curse people. Whenever you have such garbage, and him lie. Him always a lie, and then get away with it. Because you know what I have people. Here's what I've realized with these people like Pep and Arteta. They're in such position of power, you can't ask them any difficult question. Because they get condescending and make it like, well, you don't know about football. So they get condescending. Well, you think you can coach better than me? Or they'll say something because they've done some things. For sure, Arteta have achieved nothing. Go look up the Sterling. There's a Sterling article in the Mirror that talks about it. He must say it's not a tactical thing. It's he wasn't getting a lot of time at Chelsea and here also, and he has done it in the past. You're clueless, Arteta. Now I'm not calling for him to be fired because he ain't getting fired, people. He's a cranky. The cranky them love money. He might build up the club. He might make the club money, so they're not firing him. But he can't game manage. He may be good on the training field. He cannot game manage. Let me just say this before I go off sports. Man United, well done. Well done. Hammering. Them not as hammering, but I call him hammering. Put an H on it. You know, Jamaicans don't know if you use H. We use that when it's wrong, we use it. When we're supposed to use it, we not use it. Man City is so Pep is no longer being viewed as a genius like he used to be, even though his resume is stellar. Now people are challenging, is he better than Ferguson? Blah blah blah. They're going through a rough patch, but he didn't cost him the game the other day. Nunes, well, he did because he put Nunes at left back. All right, but he didn't put him right back at left back. And the man decided to give it a game. When you see people play like him, he's a bet for the game now. He must be bet for the game. I'm sorry. I apologize. I put on Balance View because I'm trying to get people to go over there and subscribe. So people, if you haven't subscribed on Balance View, I'm trying to get Balance View up to 1,000 subscribers, people. Not joking, not joke. You know what I do? I bet me get 1,000 views. You know what I do? 1,000 subscribers. You know what I do? As soon as Trump dropped in the office, as soon as him asking the presidency appear Trump, I'll stop the YouTube and do Trump 24/7. I'm just a January different. Trump 24/7. Because I know so when I have 50 people on Balance View or less, I do a Trump video and I get 1,600 views for one Trump video. I have 50 subscribers people on the channel. Now it was hot time then, but in my news by himself 24/7. So I do Trump. All right, so Man U, congratulations. You beat Man City because the keeper decided to give it a game because he come for the second ball and they look for a break against the US. No man's land. I think the kid would have gotten it anyway. And the first goal, Nunes gave it away. But we're not. The man passed the ball to the youth and then go back and give him the penalty because he wasn't enough to pass the ball to him. Clueless. So let's jump to the Kranky Live preview show. So here's how we're going to do this preview show. The preview show basically is where we're going to select 4 people for each category. No, people. Unlike when I ask you for top 5 on 90% of you don't respond, My expectation is that each of you will respond to the request here. That's the only way we're going to come into categories. Now I have a whole heap of category people. There's sort of 4 main categories, but there's a whole heap of. So we have to narrow it down. I don't think we'd have to do multiple shows to go through all of this. So I just threw everything on the kitchen sink out there, and then we're going to take it and massage it and collate it and set it up, right? So we're going to start by just going through the list. But we'll come up with you're going to have me come up with the nominees. We have 61 people in the chat. So you guys, I don't want to make any selection. Let me say this again, people. I'm absolving myself from all of this because we have some interesting categories. I'm absolving myself from this. We're going to do this all weekend because we can't go through the whole of this tonight. It's a long list, people. Longest award show ever. Unless we get rid of some of the categories. And then categories, some of the categories. Not the theme of the category, but individual areas. All right. So let me start. Let's start. I'm not ready. Want to see response? I'm not ready, people. People don't go balance view. We can't watch my balance view now. Can't watch my balance view. Can you comment on the balance view, Jason? I see you can comment. People don't go. If you haven't subscribed to balance view, people, please do so. Because we have nothing to talk about. So we just talked about academics in Jamaica and parents. We want to talk about nothing to people. Me now start nothing in substance until we get until I get the subscribers I'm looking for. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if I get to 1,000, I do most of the topic. I do no Singapore versus Jamaica. I can't mention some of my topic them because them juicy. And juicy is a shame. You know what I'm talking to? Should I also talk? I'm asking the question. Una tell me what to talk about now. Should I also talk about relationships on this channel also on Balanced View? Because everything what in a society now, relationships, bunch of different stuff. Let me for you guys. You have to get more female because female are much more participatory. Man, don't want to participate. So I'll get more female on the channel. Because females, they want to hear about other subjects apart from sports. That's why they go to the best schools and they get the grades. Because all the money want to talk about that sport and no one go to school, go to the work. And people, I have an example of that. I have somebody here in my midst who have a pressure in doing schoolwork now. They have a pressure in people doing schoolwork. When I want to do school, I say, star. Now I go say no. Do your schoolwork a problem, So now I go so I have to do it. You might do it, but reluctantly. It's like a war. I mean, not lose no war. So so come people, tell me if you're not ready. I'm not ready. And I just all right, so let me go to the list. People. Go to the list. So now pick the people let me know. Because people, me say one man saying ready. People, your finger can't type. Me not understand now. 60 people, I can't type. And all right, so I'm really long time. All right. Let me see if we can share the screen then. So we'll start with the category. We'll go to simple category and personal, kind of fun categories. Can you guys see it? Tell me if you can see the screen clearly. Can't make it broader, but I really want to make it that much broader. You can see the screen clearly? Let me take our website comment. Can I see the screen clearly, right? Drum roll. Yeah. So, okay, first, damn, what did I do here? So, first thing is team of the year. Not type. So, people don't tell me, name 4. So, when I say team of the year, it's both junior and senior team. So, it could be reggae girls, reggae boys, it could be under 17, under 20, under 17, under 20, under 14, reggae boys, reggae girls. So, team of the year, people. It's just football, though. Reggae girls are the team of the year, too. So, it could be reggae. Remember, this is 24 then, not 23. So, this is not World Cup year. But the reggae girls played on football this year, except for the 2 South Africa game and the France game. Under 14 involved. Yes. It's team of the year. So, it can't just be, it's any team. It could be the under 14. It could be the under 20 who went to CONCACAF. It could be the under 17 who's preparing for the under 17 tournament. It could be the reggae boys who played Copa, who played World Cup qualifier, who played Nations League. So, okay, we can put them on 17. We'll put reggae boys in it. We'll put them some of the name them. We don't have to go to that. And why is this so? Let's increase the font on this. Hold up. I get if I agree with that. I mean, I pick nothing now. So you know what? You guys pick. You guys pick. I shouldn't pick nothing. You guys pick. Let me see the name and I'll come up with. So you say, come, give me 4 nominees. Each person give me 4 nominees. Each person give me 4 nominees. And then we can figure out based on the 4 nominees who we put in there. I was gonna run a poll feed, but it take too long, start. I take too long. Just give me some name and put them in there. I may have to revisit how we do this. Yeah, senior team did come third in Nation League, but we need 4 nominees. We don't need 1 nominee, we need 4 nominees. Under 14 win the Caribbean Cup. It could be any team. It could be Cavaliers who won the Caribbean Cup more recently. It could be any team, people. It could be a club team. It could be the national team. It could be a reggae girls team. It's any football team, people. It could be Cavaliers who won the JPL. Then with the Caribbean Cup, it could be the reggae boys who come third at Copa. Third at Nation League who come make Copa. It could be the under 14 team who won the Caribbean. It could be the under 20 team who I don't know if it's about the other 20 team. And by the way, here's what I've said also. For almost every category, we're going to have the opposite. So if I said the best team of the year, I didn't use the word worst. Nobody can beat me. I said most disappointing, which could be equivalent to worst, right? Yeah, but we're talking about 2024 Triple E, so that no count. If you win World Cup 23, no count. Because we no World Cup this year. So the regular girls can't be here, people. They're not winning nothing this year. They're not playing no football this year. They're not go Copa this year. Not disqualify themselves. So Tuffy Rudy said, under 14 boys, reggae boys, Cavalier, Glenmuir. Hey, Tuffy Rudy. Tuffy Rudy. Glenmuir just win Champions Cup. And KC win Oliver Shield and win Manning Cup. And you say Glenmuir. Me not boots up Glenmuir now. Glenmuir win one little thing. They win one little thing. But anyway, a phone pick. So I shouldn't say no. You know what? I take that back, Tuffy Rudy. Your pick. Come here with 4 names. I also put for the list. Let me see. Under 14, Reggae Boys, Cavalier, Glenmuir. Cavaliers, under 14. So under 14, look at them there already. Go put under 14 first. I'll put under 14 first. Under 14. Because people have under 14. Right? Mirak said, Reggae Boys, KSC, Cavaliers. Reggae Boys under 14. Wait, what is this? Reggae Boys, KSC, Cavaliers, under 14. Missing enough Cavaliers. No, because I'm missing enough Cavaliers. Me just front run this thing. And then if it change, we change it afterwards. So like under 14, Cavaliers are the most consistent one so far. Come, give me 4 for man. Give me one. Yes, the Cavaliers, Reggae Boys, under 14, Arnett Gardens. Okay. Let me say more still. I say Reggae Boys enough. So let's see if I don't know Reggae Boys. No, we don't. So Tuffy said, Edwin Allen girls track and field team. Okay. You know what? We can expand it to be across more than just. I said football, but because I mean, in football, make up on the channel and we do some track and field. We just do football topic. I could get complicated. We could just say KC done because KC win Manning Cup, KC win Champs, KC win Oliver Shield. And people don't be biased. If they can we not pick nobody. If you think KC should be there, please put KC. Put Glenmuir now, put KC. But anyway, it's up to now. Phone pick, not my pick. Come people, throw it on the list. Because you have multiple show listeners. It's about 3 shows to get through this list. Trust me. Come people, I need more name. I 50 something, 54 people now. Come on, give me more name, man. Give me more name. This cannot be the list, people. Under 14 Cavaliers. I see Reggae Boys too. What else? Have you one more nominee? Come people, we have 3. So we have Cavaliers. God, we need more nomination though from the crowd, man. Come on, come people. We need more nomination, man. We need more nomination, people. Unless some of you haven't subscribed, so you can't type. that must be it. Then we're with KC, Reggae Boys, under 14, Cavaliers. Now, I'm going to replace Glenmuir, because if Glenmuir more popular, Tuffy Rudy, I just love it. I mean, some man say Glenmore at top high school and then this and that, and they only win one little trophy. And we say Jamaica one get trophy. Reggae Boys Cavaliers under 14, Mount Pleasant. Interesting. See? We have more than one. Let me see. Arnett by Jason, we see Mount Pleasant. Look like under 14 Cavaliers and Reggae Boys are consistent. We need one more team, people. One more team. A team award, one more team. Somebody has Garvey Maceo. But R&R, give me 4 on R&R. You just give me 1. Garvey Maceo. And by the way, people's success matter, you know. So if you're Garvey Maceo and you win 1 trophy the Casa Cup, and KC win 2, that should be also a factor in decide. And KC beat you in the penalty kicks. So you say more Garvey Maceo should be up there too. Some people want to put in more, man. Put in more. We have Reggae Boys, Cavaliers, under 14. We need more people to comment, man. If you haven't typed before, please type. Unless you're not familiar with the topic. And I think most people in the chat should be familiar. We need 4 people. We need 4 nominees, people. And then we'll do at the night of the event, which is Saturday. We're going to do it by poll, so you can click on the poll on the 4 nominees. You can pick your team or pick whatever it is, your person, and then we'll just take what the poll gives us as the winner. So Kranky has no input into this. Because I don't want to be accused of being biased and partial. I'm trying to be very impartial here. Reggae Boys, sponsor. RR. We had the different people. So long as I'll take. If we cut down the category, it'll take too long. No more suggestion. I can't tell between. We only have 3 then. Come in, see a 4. Reggae Boys under 14, KC Cavaliers. Replace Glenmore with KC. Reggae Boys under 14, Arnett Gardens. KC hasn't gotten enough vote. Bless up Nigel Gordon. I don't see enough here people to put under 40 up there. Seriously. KC only have, because most people don't want to vote. Demara Grace Pons. I mean, I didn't know that about. I'm going to leave it at 3. All right, let's go to the next one. Most disappointing team of the year. No, I'm not putting up. If we another night, people put in the category most disappointing team of the year, people. Most disappointing team of the year. Come, almost can't come up with 4. Because the team not picking that who win the Costa Cup, never win the Costa Cup. So it can be 4 for under 20, but we know under 20 is here. We know under 20 is here. Come people, most disappointing team of the year. Somebody say Reggae Boys. Come, throw them out, man. Throw them out. Most disappointing team. We need 4 nominees. Well, if you have Reggae Boys as the team of the year, then can't necessarily be in the most disappointing. But some people it will be. Under 20 Reggae Boys, Reggae Girls. Wow, interesting one going on. Under 20 Reggae Boys. Okay. So Reggae Boys are in both categories, which is interesting actually, and that could be the case. They could have done well in some places, and some people value that. Under 20 CC Veer Mona. Right. Interesting one, Triple E. Under 20 is a definite, so we're not going to argue about that one day. Can include JPL team, Under 20 Veer Phoenix, Treasure Beach, Mount Pleasant. Okay. Nitro's a good list. And the year is not over yet, people, so. Anyone else? I see 1 theme so far. I see Reggae Girls Gold Cup couple. RR, follow the program, man. Come RR, follow the program. Stay in line with the program, RR. This is about 4 shows if there's no people to come to the listener. Because it's a long list. I'm not going to cut off much of that list, but I have to cut it down if now get the feedback and the input. I have to cut it down actually. Anybody else? The most disappointing? I should have just said just be positive because now the negative thing working. Under 20, Mona, Clarendon College, and JC. 1, 2. I could see that actually. Toughy. That good list toughy. Mona, Clarendon College, and JC. Yeah. JC now win on trophy this year. Granted. And they supposedly had the best team, right? But them on CC, but they in the D Cup and in the Manning Cup. Where is it? No, I'm looking at the list, Jason. But I don't see any theme. I see Phoenix, Treasure Beast, Mount Pleasant, missing Mona, Clarendon, JC, under 20, CC, Mona. No problem. You see, no people have Mona upon it. See, no people have Mona upon it. VR, Phoenix, JC. You might put JC because I think JC was one where people. You know, I probably this is the first page. I can tell you that about 4 days in a row I've got this. I'm a slow people, I'm slow. I'm going to put a different method to this because I'm slow, but under 20, JC, Monroe, VR, Phoenix. We see 2 Phoenix, we see 3 Phoenix. All right, so everybody expect Toxic Boss to win. That's how I go. Need one more. Yeah, man. JC there. We need one more name. Mona, VR, Phoenix, JC, under 20. Yeah, I'm going to put Mona in that. I'm going to put Mona and move on, people. If we change it later on, we change it. Okay, best game of the year, people. Best game of the year. So whether it's a schoolboy year, whether it's a JPL, whether it's Reggae Boys, whether it's U Team, game of the year. Come, people, quick. What do you think was the best game of the year? So your best game could be a different thing. It could be best game in terms of you never expect to win and you win. Could be best quality of football. Just pick our best game of the year, people. I should just call it game of the year. We have to call it best game of the year. Game of the year. Could be who the participants were. Reggae Boys versus US. What's that? CONCACAF? With Algrimson? That was in March, right? Gold Cup. We're not playing on Gold Cup this year. In Gold Cup Triple E. We're talking about 2024 now. Jamaica versus Panama. That's when Dexter scored. Nation League. So which game Nation League? There were 2 games, you know. And there were Nation League games played subsequently. Where US give it, well, now the worst game of the year, so. We talk about best game of the year. We talk about game of the year. Best game of the year. I'm going to put best in front because me also have worst game of the year, so. And it could be that the favorite didn't win or something of that nature. Jamaica versus Panama, 3rd place. This is best game. Reggae Boys versus US. I assume Triple E meant Nation League. Okay. When Jamaica beat, well, we beat US, but we lost the US. We never beat them. And scoring a regular time. Yeah, 24 people, 24. 23 gone already. Girls gone, 24. The 24, we had Copa, we had Nations League, we had Manning Cup, we had Da Costa Cup, we had JPL, Red Girls versus South Africa, 2 games in November last month. We had World Cup qualifiers against Dominica, against Dominican Republic. We had a bunch of games against Honduras and also games against Nicaragua. Come, people, you can't come up with a game then. Game of the year. Come. I put on the US, Jamaica versus US. But is Jamaica? No, I can't put Jamaica versus US. It's a Nation League, but I don't know which game I'm not talking about. Look, I'm going to pick the category. I know them myself because I'm slow, boy. Lord. I wanted to be out of this myself, but I may have to just do myself and say, you know what? Go pick the winner from the list. So no names here for best game of the year. If we can't do better this week, I'm gonna pick the list myself and then I'm gonna pick the winner. So maybe that's what I'll do actually. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pick the teams for our pick the nominees, and then we just have the thing. Yeah. So let's say game of the year. I'll pick this for the time being. I say Jamaica, JA versus USA. That's one. I say one we don't exclude. I say Cavaliers versus Sibea. Okay, that's a game of the year. We talk about the outcome, you know. You know what though? Not change the file. No, I'll do this myself, and then we'll come back to if we approve it, and then we have the thing Saturday. JA versus no JPL game. JA versus Panama because we won. And what with the fourth game? We have it could be the U team. What about the under 14 versus? Was that a game of the year? I really think so. No competition. I remember about 7. It could be a JPL game. It could be a high school game. It could be a hot high school game. Garvin versus McGrath or whatever. The classical final. Is it McGrath versus Garvin Marcia? I'm trying to look that up. So maybe there's a democracy not for work. No, I would do this democratically, but it doesn't work. There's a democracy not work. That's why Singapore is much better than Jamaica. McGrath versus Garvin Marcia. Okay, we did that one there. So I have seen Nitro there putting Red Girls versus South Africa. When I was picking them, so we come back and go to the list and can say, boy, the second game. Was it really a good game or the Red Girls just goalkeeper just give it the game, give it the goal? In Nitro, I think Jamaica versus USA was big, especially that third place game. The game for go to the finals. I think that was a huge game. And Jamaica should have won the game even though they lost. I think Cavaliers Sibeo was a really good game, especially as Cavaliers down 2-0 and come back to win on goal difference. Jamaica versus Panama with Lembakis a goal. McGrath versus Garvin Marcia was a good game. Wasn't McGrath leading until almost the end and then give it up? Yeah, the game with the one goal, Jason. Yeah, where what's his name? Where Berg scored, inadvertent goal, own goal. So if I think this is the nominee. If you don't think this is okay, people, then we're fine so far. All right, worst game of the year. I put on one here. Look at it. USA versus Jamaica. See, I think again. Worst game of the year. I put USA versus Jamaica. I think about that. That's a reggae boys. I think about that one, people. I not ask nobody about that one. I put that one down there. So that's one. I want easy category this, It's an easiest category, I tell the truth. We can pick the 4 game them without even thinking. Under 20, I won, yes. Well, which one of the under 20 game then? So Jamaica versus US, reggae boys. Jamaica versus US under 20. Jamaica versus US. Boy, USA can slam me, man. Which again, Cuba versus Jamaica. I don't disagree with that one either. Even though a lot of people thought it was a great game in Jason. I don't know what I drink. So here's a question for you, Jason. So any schoolboy football game which was, because the nature of the game would be our JPL game whereby say the favorites that are lost and expect to win, or the football was just horrible. So you may not go for scuba football. So I would think, what about Dominica versus Jamaica versus Reggae Boys, where we up 3-0 and then come back and score 2? Would you also say that's one? No, I have the senior team for the one in. I put the senior team for the one I went to in St. Louis. That has to be one of the worst games. The USA versus Jamaica under 20 with U20 first. Yes, I think the U20 one also. It could be any U20 game, you know. You can get 9-0 from US, but they also lose to Cuba 3-0 and to Costa Rica 3-0. Yeah, under 20 are famous, I tell you too. Under 20 famous. Which other game should I put here? Any other game? So we have 3. Let me see if I'm thinking. I'm going to put up all of this. I'm going to see it. So I have 3. What about the 4th worst game? All 320? And then the Jamaica. Okay. We can't fight that one there. So under 20, what category for themselves? You see, people, me have the person JFF. If you have a post-mortem on this, and then now they don't, Me I pressure them. Yeah. Oh, you pick. I think the winner tight. Yeah, winner mind one winner. Okay, so we have that. Isn't it funny, people, how easy it was to pick that category? Damn. All right, best coach of the year. International, local. Don't matter. Best coach of the year. So me I'll put on one already. Without we even getting from people. We don't mention this. So we don't know nothing already, We know the person name will come up, give more recent events. So, and people, this is all a different league, because Cavaliers win JP and Cavaliers win Caribbean Cup Championship. Speed must be there. Who else? What about the under 14 coach? What about our great Steve McLaren? What about Marion Gordon and his ability to pick the national team? What about any of these coaches? So yeah, people. Coach of the year, come. Could be the Reggae Girls coach. Grimmer? Oh, okay. Okay. No, I forgot about Hagrimson. I forgot Hagrimson. Yeah, I didn't coach against the US. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You're right about this. Jaime Hagrimson. Vassarenas. So you guys agree with this? So we have Vassarenas, Speed, Pert, and Hibbert. I'll put Hagrimson. So do you guys agree with that? Garvey Messier coach? And Vassal, obviously Vassal did well this year. So we got to think about under 14 people. JPL, high school football, under 14. Yeah, I think Casey coach, yeah. Yeah, he's going to be in the list. Let me try to look up something. Give me 1 second, people. I'll look up something. I don't think we should ever say none of them on them. You say some alumni. Don't put up all in the same category, because I had no opinion. I had no opinion. We're not picking up BM. This is not winners pick time, you know. What about the person who coached? Who coached under 14 again? Because the one thing we see JPF have a big press conference you know, and talk about it all the time. Even something they talk about it. Who coached under 14? No opinion is not cool. If you say they won't win, I wouldn't agree with that, Jason Guna. You're causing aspersion on the host. I would not say that. I would just say he didn't have an opinion. Okay, so we also Peart. Okay. I think you have to get Peart, even though I don't believe in the Caribbean component of this, but not fighting. All right, so I have 4 coaches of the people. Think they should be changed? These are the 4 coaches we pick. The last category, I don't think I'll do much more. I might get tired because it's on the slow. Hey, people, at 10 lists, me have 11 lists. So we do a weekend triple treat for the award show with some other topics on it. We do some reggae boys thing, but we do a weekend triple treat because it's a long list of categories. Most disappointing coach of the year. Let me say the list, people. Most disappointing. You know, so if Agram's not the most disappointing. I have 11 lists. Yeah, I have 11 lists. I have enough categories, you know. I'm comfortable with so all right, so Nitro, I have a good list. Nitro said Jerome Waite, Steve McLaren. That 3 that Nitro, Toxic Boss. So I put Jerome Waite because anybody who coached the under 20, I forget them just do. Come, people, give me a list. Give me a list of coach for the year, coaches. General category. You might have for the award ceremony is just do 1 category each day and do it over a 3-day period. Even though I have 4 categories, I maybe do 1 and a couple more. Because I do want to go. Because I have YouTube, I think, and a commenter thing. So it's divided up into about 4 sections. It's general awards, it's reggae boys and girls, it's YouTubers, it's media. I think I had one other category. So we have Waite. It says Steve McLaren. Really? Why? Man, I'm not high on Steve at all. We have Lenny Hyde. Really? I thought Lenny was an assistant coach. I thought Lenny was assistant coach. At least it's there anyway. Any other names you want to mention, people? Any other names? No, Nitro, man. The man not coach, man. The man a commenter. And it should be Cavalier, not Cavaliers. Let me get S from me. I would have thought Cavaliers. The man a commenter, man. The man not coach. We're talking about coaches. People who are out there performing day to day that we know about. He may be a coach, but not at the profile for him to be part of this. This is for big coaches. People need one more name, and I said, let me think. Oh, all right. All right. We need 1 more people. We have 3 there already. And if you don't know if Toxic Boss is, that means you have been watching the program. 1 more name, people. 1 more. Come on, give me 1 more name now. You have 3 names in. I need 1 more name. 1 more name. I hear about it too. Not drop some of the categories so we can see them. So we come back tomorrow. We can go through the rest of some of the other lists then. Yeah, I have him there. Tuffy. You don't see Tuffy Rudy. Nominee number 3. Nominee number 3, actually. Tuffy Rudy. That's the name you just mentioned. We don't really type certain name on our program. We don't send a name. They have a different name. Jason said Tapa. Really? Why Tapa? He won the year before, right? And he came second, right? You really think Tapa should be here, Jason? If he won the year before and he came second? Really? I know it was at Cornwall. They didn't do too well, did they? So I'll make suggestion tomorrow instead of me just sitting and try to go to the list because this is long. You can't put Miran God night. I'm no head coach for nobody. What was it? Is Miran God an assistant coach for the Reggae Boys? Does he coach any other teams? I can't remember. Okay. So Jason said Tapa underperform. Most disappointing coach of the year. Because when I say worst in a coach, people will say most disappointing. When I use the word worst, apart from the worst game, when it comes to people, we have euphemism as the way to describe or to or in those categories when people haven't performed up to expectation. So all right, what's the Tapa then? Unachieved. Okay. Here's the next list, people. I'm not going to go through it tonight. No, can't say. So we're gonna have the next list. So this is the next list here. I'm gonna do this list and then we're done for the evening. So it's football of the year, both Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls. Most promising player of the year, most disappointing player, young player of the year, and most disappointing young player. So football of the year. Come people, quick, do this quick, so we can choose it. So do this quick. Football of the year. Man, woman, girl, boy, no different. I'm sorry. For the first category it's Reggae Boys Football of the Year. So, but any age group. So for women, we're saying, well, we need 4 nominees. You can't just say for Reggae Girl, just Kadisha, you know, even though we know Kadisha. Come, we need man and woman. Some categories you don't need enough people in it. Just probably just say, you know, waste of time. Who you think is the Reggae Boys Football of the Year? Somebody said, Shamar, no, give me 4 names, man. BM, man. Come on, man. Give me 4 names, no BM. You can't give me 1 name. 4 names. Reggae Boys have about 40 people pass through the team, you know, for the year, you know. All the heritage players, all the local developed players. We have, you know, narrow on the category. Come on, give me some name. Come Nitro. Nitro said Leon. You guys agree Leon should be, because, okay, think about it this way. Remember, Leon played between January and June enough for Aston Villa and played really well, right? So he's 23 carry over 24. So you can't just discount him because some people may think he may not have been done well for the national team. So Bailey, Hutchinson, Lowe, Nicholson. We're not putting Hutchinson because he's not a Reggae Boy anymore. So Nitro replace Hutchinson with somebody else. So I'll put Bailey here because Bailey had a great year for Aston Villa. So we can't say he didn't have a good year. Now, for the Reggae Boys, maybe a little bit different. Or for the national team, I should say. Shaw, Spencer. Tuffy. Tuffy about girl category and a boys category. Tuffy. You can't give me 4, but you have co-ed. And if you say boy, you have 2 suggestions. All right, I'm gonna put Spencer. I think Spencer is up. What's Spencer's last name? First name again? Drew, is it Drew Spencer? Isn't it Drew Spencer? I think it's Drew. I can't remember her name. Ethan Pinnock. I think that's a great shout. I think Ethan Pinnock is a great shout. I think those 2 sort of, especially performance in the Premier League. Bailey, Greenwood. Greenwood is not Gemini. You can't put Greenwood. He's not a Reggae Boy. You have to have the passport and documentation. Swaby sisters. You pick one of the sisters, and you can't pick both of them BM. But I like that. Oh, Becky. Oh yeah, Becky. I thought you guys would put Drew Spence up there. Becky. Okay. No, Becky was good. But Becky hasn't played for the Reggae Girls this year, has she? No, she can't. Well, she's played for Tottenham. So yeah, she can stay. She can stay. Drew Spence and Taylor Hines, Jason saying, now hold on with Jason. But I think the 2 Spence related people, well, not related, but one is Spence and one is Spence. And Kadisha are good selections, actually. BM Mrs. Sweetie Sisters. Anybody else for the men? We only have 2 for the men now. Only Leon people. We have enough men's team now. Only Leon and Ethan we have. She played in the Brazil game. I can't. Okay, yeah, she did. All right. You know what? So Becky's here. Who else, people? Men and women. Yeah, Pinnock, Bailey, Blake, Lowe. Yeah, put Blake up there. Blake has been very good, actually, as usual. We need one more. There are different names here. Shamar, Cephas, Andre Blake, and Ethan Pinnock. So, Andre Blake is there. Pinnock is there. Shamar, Cephas. I can feel that if there's more names. Come up. Cephas, Lower. So it looks like a run on between Lower and Cephas. We have to see more people coming though. Blake is there, Pinnock is there, Bailey is there. Bailey had a phenomenal year with Aston Villa. You can't fight that. It is what it is. He played really well up until summer 2024. Maybe a different story, but the first half of 24, second half ain't that great. The second half is good. BM said Bobby Reed. So we need one more name in the people. We have through enough names. Cephas, Lower, Reed. Very inconsistent. Nobody now pick Lati. Nobody now pick Amari Bell. Nobody now pick Gray. You know, Gray after Gold Cup last year hasn't been that good. Now just said Blake, Pinnock, Bailey, Lowe. You know, put Lowe and done. Help us, Lordy. All right, 4 men. We need one more woman. Now I'm gonna say, I don't think the women really matter that much anyway in terms of who will win. So okay, let's put the name. With Jason at T-Lines. You'll put T-Lines up there. All right, people. So most promising player of the year. I should just get to those categories. Can I think about reduce some category now? Most promising player of the year. So probably not somebody's established. May have my selection for that one anyway, but most promising player of the year. So men or women. This is a combined category. This is unisex. Most promising player of the year on either side of the men, reggae junior player, senior player, no matter what it is. Most promising player. Sean Osborne says King. Most promising player, people. King is a good one. Allison said, well, we move on. BM. We're now in the most promising player. It's any player, male or female. Most promising. Whisper, Dixon, Cephas, and King. There's a peer local player you're picking up here. Okay, I think Dixon got to be up there. Yeah, I want to separate there's not really an age cutoff. No, there's no age cutoff. I do have a young player category. So young player of the year and most disappointing young player. So yeah. But you have to, okay. Javon Brown, interesting. I think for young player, you have to be under 21. But most promising player can be any age, even though, you know what? I have a cutoff for most promising player. If you're over 25, you have to be under 25. You have to be under 25 for most promising player. It's not young player, but if you're promising, you can't be 26 and over unpromising. Even though I could say, you know what? No, I have no age limit on promising. And here's why. Because we have additions. And so the question is, if the addition come in and look good, then do they show promise to do really well when we go World Cup qualifiers? So I'm not going to put an age limit, but it should be an age limit. Dixon, Anderson, Kirai, Lambakiza. That's young players, Triple E. I would say that's young players, Triple E. May I talk about most promising player of the year? So suppose you're 25 and you come in and you play 2 games and you play really well good. We can't say, well, you're not promising, even though you're not really, really young. Is Malik Mothersill is Malik Mothersill Does he have Jamaican passport? You have to have passport, people. You have to have passport. Does Modesty have his passport? Possibly. Me always hear JD talk about him. I think Cephas has to be in here. May I take the and put Cephas in there. Come people, most promising player. I'm not gonna use the young thing because we have young player of the year, so I'm gonna have to use that. So if you come into the team, you're 25, but you look good and the potential look good going forward, you should be on the list. If Mother still not having passport, then we can't put him in there. You have to have your papers, people. You can't say you can't be English and on passport, you're not Jamaican then, even though you have Jamaican heritage. This is the last category. I'm gonna have 3 more figure people. I'm tired of me tired. So we need 2 more names in the people. No, but if you're established in the field, we're not call it promising. If you're established in the team, so if you're low, if you're a character or not, if you're low, if you're Blake, you're Antonio, you're just old. Sorry, cut that back. We're not call you promising. If you're Holgate, for example, you come in, even if you are Hayden and you come in and you look, well, you know what? You can add to the team. That's the most promising to me because you're new. No, Hayden is not too old. You're new. So we're using the newness in terms of not your age, but in terms of you can add value to the team and you look like you're going to be a good prospect in terms of helping us or helping the team. Right? So I don't want to use age as the criteria. People say Hayden. We need 1 more people. We need 1 more. So we have Dixon, Cephas, Hayden. We need 1 more. Whisper not playing on football. If we put Whisper in. Well, you know what? He played football at Chelsea this year, so we're not going to disqualify him. I put Whisper in and just done it out. I'm not going to disqualify Whisper. Because Whisper, even though he's injured, he had a good season at Chelsea. That's the 4 people. Let's go to most disappointing player of the year. Me, I put on 1. I got to tell if I'm wrong or not. Most disappointing, and this is unfair, but me, I put it on there. Me, I will get on there. As 1. No, come up with the rest of the list, then people. Most disappointing players of the year. Most disappointing player of the year, people. Now, so we only have men for the most promising player of the year. It's unisex in us all. We can reverse that. Palmer, yeah, we can. Even though 1 person suggested, we don't disagree with that name there. Who else? Jabari said, even though he's just not good. But if you play Premier League Jabari, you have to have some ability. Kira Anderson. I mean, I fight that either. One more name, people. Give me the K Ryan. Any other name? Oh. So he's in the Football of the Year and also in the most disappointing. Because the second half of he's been poor at Aston Villa and he's been poor for Jamaica second half of the year. So he could be the Football of the Year and also the most disappointing player of the year. So Jamal, do we think Jamal hasn't played enough though? Triply, but not a bad shout. No, I'm sorry, Alan played, but not a bad shout. Tavan Gray. I think Holgate, Palmer, Kira. We could think about Kira. Kira not get a ton of playing time. So probably need to replace Kira with somebody else. You know that name. Corey Burke has been injured. I know that for a fact. Corey Burke has been injured. Nitro, trust me. Injured bad too. In fact, Corey Burke shouldn't have played. I know this for a fact. Shouldn't have played when the US play Jamaica. Nothing should have played. So if we were to say Antonio, an interesting one actually. An interesting one. Come people, give me another name. Most disappointing player of the year. We're very distributed on that. The Holgate, Palmer, Bailey, me think are logical. But he should not play. Trust me, Nitro. He should not play. Me not think he should play. I don't think he had recovered from his injury enough to be on the field. Great guy, by the way, though, people. If you ever meet Corey Burke, one of the most pleasant people you ever meet. But for me, no, I think he shouldn't play. Gray. You know what? I'm not going to fight. This is the list, people. It's the list. Now I find a list there. Okay. Young player of the year, people. Should we have this category or just skip it? Young player and most disappointing young player. You know what? I'm not doing disappointing for young player. I'll skip this. Young player of the year, that's it. Now put on disappointing young player. Come over, young player of the year, that's it. Now put on disappointing for that category. I'll just cancel that out. I'll cancel this. Young player of the year, people. Give me 4 names. No, I'm not replace Bailey now. No, sir. Not replace Bailey VM. His performance for Aston Villa and his performance for Jamaica. So he should be on the list. Just as he should be on the list for Football of the Year, given his performance for Aston Villa. Because he was exceptional for 23 and early 24. So he deserves to be on both lists. Can't take him off. So Dixon for Young Footballer of the Year. But isn't this easy? Isn't like Dixon? Should this be like Dixon, Whisper, given his performance at Chelsea? He's not injured now. Am I missing something? Centre back from Cavalier. Who is that? I can't remember his name. Yeah, we should be thinking about Cavalier player. Any other player who played in JPL we think is really good potentially. All right, man. So Hutchins have Jamaican passport. Fine. You think people? Me ask you, think Hutchins should go on here? You see under 25. Now, people, we can also add heritage players on here. Nice. Let's not say Reed. Should Reed be here? Give him the under 20 performance though. Maybe Van Zanten. Okay, so Leighton said minimum. You know what? We too male dominant. Me so add it because we too male dominant. Sorry. I think Van Zanten. Well, did she play enough football this year though? She went to the World Cup, right? But did she play enough football this year, Leighton? So we have Omar, take out Whisper. We don't have Whisper right here. Oh, most promising player, may have Whisper, but Reed is the most disappointing. Okay. All right. I have 4 people. Most disappointing. No, we don't have most. I'm not doing disappointing. I don't want to. I'm very conscious of not being too negative with the young players. So that's why I'm dropping that category. Even though I decided to have opposite for every category, but I'm going to bend the rules a little bit and say I don't want any negative for young players. So I'm going to take them out. Okay, so we say people with passport, the Jamaicans. If we say Hutchinson have his passport, I'm going to put him in. That's the list, people. It's people with passports, and can always change your mind. So we have 4 here. Mimi, Omari, Richard King, Kahim. Well, no, Richard is over 21, isn't it? We did say under 21 for young player. So Richard King came in here, he's over 21. We need one more name. So we say Brooks. All right. We're done with this. What's Brooks' first name, actually? Tuffy. Now, Dexter's have a very up and down year. Canada's getting the Panama as well. Dexter has had a very up and down year. Solai Washington. So we're saying Brooks, need to pick one of them. And the BM say young player Whisper. Fine. We have Omari, we have Kahim Dixon. I think those 2 should be on there. I'll make it even. Leah Brooks. Maybe just do Leah Brooks and done. Because Whisper only play half the year. So that's the list, people. So people, this is the list for this is this thing for today. So for tomorrow we're gonna do this. We're gonna do these categories, right? So this is today's category. We have, let me go back. We have so we have team and coach of the year. Team of the year, most disappointing team, best game of the year, worst game of the year, best coach, most disappointing coach. Then we have football of the year, men and women, most promising player of the year, most disappointing player, young player of the year. I try to manage young player. I mean, I don't like to put in a situation where young players may not feel good about themselves. So I'm going to try and manage that. And then tomorrow we'll do some categories. I got to change some of this heading here, but goal of the year, missed chance of the year, best save of the year, worst goal conceded. And then we're going to do most improved reggae boy, most underperforming reggae boy, best defender, most disappointing defender, best midfielder, most disappointing midfielder, best forward. So we'll come tomorrow with that expectation, right? Because it's going to be on YouTube. You can look at it. Come with your names tomorrow, people. Think about it. Come with your names tomorrow. We're going to do 2 every day until Thursday. Then we're going to do Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday for the categories. Probably be able to do it quicker because we have the nominees already. So I should be able to do 1 or 2 shows. So come tomorrow again with this. This is the list for tomorrow. I got to add some categories here, 2 of them. As you can see, it is goal of the year, missed chance of the year, best save of the year, worst goal conceded. And then we have most improved reggae boy, most underperforming, best defender, most disappointing, best midfielder, most disappointing, best forward, right? So those are the ones for tomorrow. If we have time to go further. So that's it for this today, people. It's going to. I told you it's going to take a while. It's a very expansive and extensive award show. There's a lot of categories, and we haven't even got to the YouTubers yet, people. We have big time YouTubers category. A lot of them. All right. Anything else we should talk about before we close out? We can close out now. It's been a long evening. Almost 2 hours. Before I go, let me say a couple of things. One is we will be doing the show tomorrow. I'll start a little bit earlier. I haven't heard about anybody new. I've been throwing a few names out there for people to look into, but I've gotten feedback that those people are focusing on their club careers, which means they're not interested. And they hear players say, so I'll give you a name, for example. I've thrown out the name of Jed Spence, who's at Tottenham now. He has Jamaica heritage. You can see it on Transfer Market. And I was told that he's focused on his club career, but I think the JFF should pursue him anyway. Because sometimes people say focus on the club career. It's not really the player, so probably play a agent or family or something. If you put in that work, I think he'd be a great addition at right back. Kai Walker-Peters, Jed Spence. We talked about Max Aarons already. I think those would be good players at right back. I like Jed Spence a lot, actually. I know Conte didn't like him when he came to Tottenham first. He didn't get any game. He went to Italy, came back. He's now getting some game time, and everybody's encouraged by him at Tottenham. I think he's somebody we should spend some time. No, it wasn't Steve Mack. I can tell somebody else that. Somebody whom we trust. And somebody we talked about it before. So, but I do think Jed Spence is somebody we should definitely pursue. Have some physicality for him. When he played against Arsenal, but Nottingham Forest like 2 years ago, he dominated Martinelli. He dominated the team, frankly. That's how he got his move to Tottenham. I think they have that one game probably. But he's a good player, and he played for Tottenham on Sunday and played well. I think he got an assist in that game. So I think he's somebody who, and he's about 24, I think he is. So he's at the right age. All right, Jason, thanks for being here. I will check into your EPL review show before as you know, I click out to bed at a certain time. So I'll click on before you log out. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll do some reggae boys tomorrow. And we'll do more Kranky Awards Show. Go through the list. I think the most interesting part of this whole list is probably the YouTuber section because I know there's a lot of controversy. I know it's stirred up a little bit. So that's probably going to come through on Wednesday, not Tuesday. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. We will catch up tomorrow. We'll talk some reggae boys. We'll do some of this again. And any news of the day. Bless up unseen. Any news of the day which warrants such discussion, we will have such discussion. I'm growing tall, unseen. You unseen, I'm growing tall. I'm going to put on height, unseen. Take this out. You unseen, I'm going to put on height. Unseen, how you doing? I see your channel growing to unseen. I see your Cavaliers, man, in unseen. I noticed that, you know. I see you hitch on your work on the Cavaliers and the Academy win. So this, hey, unseen now. We're going to see the unseen. Unseen in the chat. Bless up unseen. If you go over to Unseen Sports and subscribe to Unseen channel, Unseen a big work on this kind. Hook up on. See my do Cavalier YouTube channel. It's growing slowly and see. Not grow fast enough for me, but I grow slowly. Don't get better though. And then we get Balance View up to it. People, if you have not subscribed to my Balance View channel, please do so. Because I think that's gonna be the more interesting of the two channels, to be honest. Because this is just about sports, and life bigger than sports. So, no, I spent a wee bit of time on Man City. Please hit the like, people. If you haven't subscribed to Balance View, please do so. No, Peter Mystic. I didn't discuss Man. I will talk about that tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about Arsenal tomorrow, Man City tomorrow, some Reggae Boys tomorrow, and then do 2 more categories for the triple treat. You know, Minzy always have the triple treat this weekend. I mean, the Kranky Awards Show this weekend. But so join me tomorrow. Earlier than now, probably come between 6 and 7 sometime. Make my track and field content consistent. Unseen. Why? I'll do more track and field actually. I forget to know the people more unseen. I know enough about track and field to be dangerous, but I'm not more in depth, like follow all the coaches and all the athletes and all that. It's a bit more challenging. Use up my shorts. I started doing shorts, I started doing some shorts actually. I do like Bumpy Johnson. This is Shazam with Bumpy Johnson 24/7. Javara says Kranky put Omar Johnson out the man because he was interested. Yeah, I haven't heard about Omar. Didn't they approach Omar when he went to Bayern, and I don't think he was interested at the time, so maybe he's interested now. There are a lot of players out there, people. There's so many people with Jamaican heritage. I was watching a game this weekend. First of all, the Premier League have a ridiculous amount of black players. I don't think you guys realize, in terms of the population of England, versus some of these are foreign players actually, but the number of black players, you look at Brighton, any team you look on, Arsenal may be more balanced, but you look at teams like Brighton, Crystal Palace, a lot of those teams, they have so much, and they come from all over, right? It could be South America, it could be Africa, it could be Caribbean. Well, not too many from the Caribbean. It could be from England itself. There are a lot of black players, and proportionately in terms of population size and black players, it's disproportionate. So my concern about sports and us as a people, which is, yeah. No, me not saying wrong your strategy, Ansi. Me see a waganis. Ansi, me not saying wrong your strategy, yeah, waganis, but it's a smart move to be on the Cavalier wagon because they're winning. They won Premier League last year. They're now big in the Caribbean. So then the last 16 at the CONCACAF Club Championship. So it's a brilliant move, Unseen. Brilliant move. If you can tell Speed, forgive me, I look a spot for it to Unseen. Speed, when I got the Speed, forgive me. Speed probably said, make him go away. Him toxic. Speed probably beat me. No. Hey, Unseen. People know each other wagon Unseen. Yeah, hit your wagon where they're unseen. Nobody will tell you not unseen. You are hitching your wagon to a winner. Yeah, come help me. Can't help for that. No. When I come now anti-cat, people tell me, say, boy, I see Kranky. I jab him, I looking nice. Even look jab. You guys are nah, sir. This steer me look at space in me now. And the thing. Now come. Now speaker say, see there? I jab him and look on the see. Anybody might beat me. Make him go away. Speed don't beat me. But no, Rudolph is doing his thing. I'm proud of him. I can keep on doing his thing. But he should realize that I'm a truth sayer. So if something comes to my attention and it needs to be put out in the public domain, I'm gonna put it out, regardless of the consequences. And Rudolph needs to understand that. That's how I operate. That's how I live my life. It's the nature of my being. If something come out, inside Jamaica, I'm gonna speak about it. And if it pertains to him, and he don't like it, me can't help him. You know if you tell him so. No, we're not doing any more conflict of interest. I've done conflict of interest already. We're not doing more conflict of interest. We have moved on. Conflict, I should not be doing topics that's not going to get me anywhere. So I'm not doing conflict of interest because I've beat that to death. And some people are not happy when I do it, but I can't help them. I may still do quotas, by the way. But Jamaica has one big conflict of interest now. Me not care what nobody want to tell me. People, I'm not going to go on my soapbox tonight. Jamaica has one big conflict of interest. Now, let me say this. Every country, every sport, everything you can think about in life, there's conflict in there. It's not that you have the conflict, it's how you manage the conflict. That's how people have this misconception about. It's not that there's a conflict in the JFF, JFF have more than one conflict, and I just rule out speed as one. But it's not the conflict you have, It's the transparency around the conflict, and it's how you manage the conflict. I keep telling people this. If you go to Wall Street, there's conflict galore, right? That's why regulators focus on it. Whether it's FCA in England, whether it's the SEC here, whatever it is, there are conflicts. Conflicts is innate to life, right? Could be in a company where your wife worked there and you work there. There's going to be an innate. Whether there's a conflict or not, it's going to be a conflict. And the question is, how do you manage a conflict? No, sir. I'm not talking about Jamaica thing. I get the Jamaica thing. Me, say, I was warned. I have some friends, and I say to me now, man, you just do Jamaica thing. You're not going to Jamaica. You're done with Jamaica. I said, no, I'm not doing Jamaica. And I said, really? Watch yourself, my youth. That's how I get all day today. I've got it since yesterday, 2 days ago, from about 4 people so far whom I know really well. And I'll tell me the same thing. I'm going to say, but I speak truth to power. And then I laugh and shit. And then I said, why? Here he goes again. He's always doing that. Kranky, you bypass me. What do you mean, Jabari, I bypass you? Where? You don't bypass you. Where then? No, I said Omar Richards, when he was at Bayern, Javari, he said, I thought he got approached when he went to Bayern first, and he wasn't receptive to it. But yeah, no, I mean, I spoke about it with somebody who was involved. I forgot what they told me actually, because a lot of people, Javari, a lot of these players we talk about, and some of these players are just saying, I'm not ready. Now, if he's ready now, then he should be on the list for the coach. So I'll ask some questions. You know what? Let me drop that down. Omar Richards. I'll ask some questions and see if there's been engagement with him. Let me put down here, potential reggae boys. I'm going to follow up on the Jed Spence. I'm not convinced about Jed Spence. Because Jed Spence doesn't have enough choices. He's not playing for England, so why not come play for Jamaica? Unless he has a problem in Jamaica. Some of the people, they're not saying this about Jed Spence people, but some of the kids, them said, the father Jamaican, never play for Jamaica. I'm not surprised about them thing there. No surprise. No prize. Yes, there's a conflict in terms of your citizenship and who you have allegiance to. R&R, but it really doesn't matter, does it? It don't really matter. But yeah, innately in that whole construct, there is the question: what's your allegiance to in that whole situation, right? If you're to choose, so for example, go to war, who you go fight for? And I would say I'm past the age to go to war, so it doesn't really matter anymore. I was in the U.S. Army at one point. Jamaica doesn't really, Jamaica have an army, but they're not fighting nobody except themselves. And then for England, they don't need me. They have enough Jamaican over there. So yeah. Yeah, it's not only if you act on it, Peter, because it's hard enough if you act on it. It's question is how do you manage it, right? How do you put safeguards in place to make sure it's being managed appropriately? So you could have it and say you don't act on it, but you could be acting on it and don't even know you act on it. The question is, you put measures in place and policies and procedures in place and standards in place to say, in these situations when these things occur, this is what you do. Or you have mitigants in place to prevent things from happening inappropriately. I'm going to give you an example. I probably shouldn't give this example, Let's say you're part of the JFF, right? I don't know why I do this. Let's say you're part of the JFF and you have a football team. Let's just give this hypothetical, people. This is hypothetical. Let's say you're part of the JFF and you have a football team that you coach, you manage, you own, right? And let's say you have a board membership of the JFF, right? Now, the question is what I'm going to say is, well, because you're that, you can influence who gets in the team because you have players who go in the team. And you could say, no, we have policies and procedures. Technical director we have a selection committee. they're not part of it. They can't be affiliated. And if they have anyone who's affiliated with this hypothetical team, then they can't be part of the process. It's documented. His whole team is picked, and everybody knows who is picked. And whether it's a president, everybody has come up with it. They publish their policy and procedures is in place, and they have somebody who owns it. So you don't just have policy and procedure. You can circumvent them. There's a person in the organization who's independent of all this, who manages the process, who owns each conflict. So Kranky owns the conflict. Kranky is the one who makes sure the coach is independent of the person. The coach's contract says he or she can pick the team independently. You have all these measures that restrict your ability to influence what transpires, right? It's published, it's out there, it's documented, it's acted upon. There are people and measures in place. Conflict is still there. First of all, you can probably not have the conflict by saying you can't own a club and be part of JFL. If you say that's not feasible, then you put other measures in place. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you don't just close your eyes and say, you know what, hey, you have pressure money on my youth. You're toxic. You don't just say that. You put measures in place to say, you know what, it's mitigated. It's meaning you can't prevent it, but you reduce the conflict. You could prevent it by not having the people being in roles that conflict, but that may not be feasible sometimes. So, yeah. Some people don't want to hear that, actually. They just want to do what they want to do. They don't want to have any safeguards. They don't want anybody to tell them what to do. Some of us think we know too much. Yeah, the names, Jabari, maybe, if I was to guess, I would probably say there's about 4 players, 2 worth mentioning. That sounds bad, me saying it. I'd probably say Lewis Baker eventually may get there, and Max Aarons may get there. There are some other players, but they're not household names. So, yeah. They're not household names. So I'm not sure we should mention them, because the coach may not pick them. It's another thing too, people. We're getting to the point now with the number of heritage players that some players will not get picked. I mean, we have that now. So Jamal Lowe actually hasn't come through, but yeah. All right. So anyway, let me close out by saying thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. It's almost at 2 hours. I will see you tomorrow. Not the same time. I'll come on a little bit earlier. And have a wonderful evening. Peace out. Kranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk, and it's free, yo. Kranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky Life, tell them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose, because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky Life, tell them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. Kranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky Life, get to know the name, because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky Life, give me my Kranky Life. I want my Kranky Life. Must have my Kranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat, and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky Life. Tell them, Kranky Life. Heed them, Kranky Life. Want them, Kranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Life. Tune into Kranky Life. Like up Kranky Life. Subscribe to Kranky Life. Kranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat, because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Life. Me say fi tell them Kranky Life. Me say fi heed them Kranky Life. On them
Kranky life, Kranky life. Will be around. Kranky life is the best in town. Miss if he eat them, miss if he want them, miss if he eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Kranky life, Kranky life. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Kranky life, Kranky life. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Kranky life, Kranky life, Kranky. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them, eat, want, eat them.